welcome back to Mumford Restoration, and we're again showing you the odd things that come into the shop for us to restore. But before we do that, we want to talk about, please go to our YouTube channel or go to our site, mumfordrestoration.com, and check out all the things we can do. Our team can definitely help you with something that you have sentimental. So today we have a really unusual chandelier. We are not quite sure of the origin. This has just come in, and this is our first time to lay out the whole project. And we can see that it has a center fitting that's all solid brass, and this must hang in the center. And I believe that there are 3 very long arms that hang from the ceiling. One particularly hangs from the ceiling, and the other 3 attached to it. And then these 3 giant candelabras all mount to the sides of this. We have these Beaubouchers, we have the original gas fitting, because this was obviously a 19th century, probably early 19th century gas fitted chandelier. So this shows the switch. It shows a couple of pieces that someone has polished so that we can see that everything is solid brass. But the amount of repair and amount of restoration that's going to be required is astounding. And at this moment, we're not exactly sure how it goes together. So it's going to be an interesting thing for us to figure out. If we get all these arms straightened and we get everything to fit properly, will we be able to get it all polished and rewired with new sockets, and then figure out how to assemble it. We have very many bends and broken. And so this is something we're going to be investigating and submitting a proposal for. And then we hope to show you what it looks like if we get approval, what it looks like when it's completed.
Okay.
All right. So here we have the great unveiling of the chandelier. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right. Here it is.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's
Whew.
a giant piece for sure.
Yeah.
So you remember all the joints were broken?
Yes. Yep.
It was a gas chandelier before.
Yep.
And we rewired it to be an electric chandelier.
Yep.
So all new electric sockets, all new wiring, all the joints have been soldered, and then of course we polished the whole thing.
Yeah.
With satin brass, right? So it wouldn't be too shiny for you.
Too blingy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect. I attempted to start to do some work on it, but soon realized it was way beyond my abilities because it was broken, you know. And,
it was, yeah, and handling that weight is a challenge.
Yeah, and I started, and these things were bent, and I started to maybe bend them back a little bit, and I said, I bet I'll break this some more.
Right.
So
very brittle.
Time to bring in the professionals.
There you go.
But so it was in a fraternity house at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in upstate New York. That the house originally was built in about 1890 by a man named Paine, P-A-I-N-E.
Okay.
And it passed through several hands, and eventually it ended up being owned by a fraternity, which I was a member of.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which is a little unusual for such a valuable, opulent house to be a fraternity. And it over the years, we did our best to keep it up. So the alumni got together and decided to restore the house. And being an engineering college, most of the alumni are engineers.
Okay. So there's a lot of
and architects.
skill there. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of skill. So we did a lot of things that that saved us a lot of money. But there were certain things we had to farm out and do. And this is a good example of something that no alumni had the ability to do this. So eventually, eventually everything that structural is, it's made out of a kind of a soft limestone. It's actually very similar to the Biltmore House in Asheville, North Carolina, and same period, 1890s. And it looks the outside stone is the same, copper roof. The inside is a lot of hand-carved woodwork and marble and parquet floors.
Wow.
So the goal is to redo all that, and it has hand-painted murals on the ceilings. And
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
it's a beautiful place. Tell people if you've been to the Biltmore Estate, imagine that, but on a much smaller scale.
Sure. Yeah, but still impressive.
So it is, yeah. And
Well, we're grateful to have been a part of it. This is definitely a big project.
yeah,
A challenge, but it's always rewarding to see something like that come back to life.
right. Yeah. Well, I got 2 more of them too.
Yeah.
They're so they're
Same
not,
size or
no,
similar? Okay.
no, they're smaller.
Okay.
This was the big one
All right.
because this was in the dining room.
All right.
You know, up over the big long dining table.
Sure.
This is great.
Well, good.